Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, and I'm gonna keep coming back and keep coming back, and I'm gonna keep adding to my arsenal. I'm gonna keep adding to the methods, the ways. I'm gonna keep exposing. This video is called "Stop Sodomizing Your Father." Those who are assisting in the sodomizing, rape, and molestation of my husband's destiny, my husband's calling, who's misrepresenting yourself as fake love, fake support, knowing what's best for my husband, you are guilty. You're being charged with interfering with God's covenant between me and my husband, God's calling and choosing of my husband in the ministry, God's God's calling and choosing for my husband to have autonomy. You are manipulating. You are a molester, a rapist, and a sodomizer in mentally and spiritually. You are guilty. You are not a minister. You are not a kingdom citizen. You don't know Jesus because Jesus never forced himself, never manipulated nobody. Jesus never persecuted Tanya and spread rumors and lies. And you in New Jersey who say you clergy that's participating in this, and you and some of your other family members, and that's also why my husband's nephew is dead. That's also why one of my husband's sister is just as ignorant to what's really going on. My husband said he's ashamed of her because she's falling behind the ones that's guilty. And she likes to secretly attack me in the name of everybody that thinks she's nice and sweet. Yeah, it's amazing what happened to the family member that just died and how he died. He wasn't supposed to die. He was spiritually robbed of life because of those in his family. My husband know that's why my husband wouldn't go to the funeral. It's a lot of stuff my husband don't speak up and say because he don't want to hurt nobody's feeling, or my husband don't know how to address it because he know they will gang bully him. They already use condemnation, make my husband never forget where he come from and what he's done in the past, or that it's amazing how my husband's family has decided what my husband is and what he gonna be because they know what's best. It's amazing how that camp in Ashland, supposed to be a religious camp that's almost 70 years, it is turned into like a concentration camp. It's amazing what I know, what witnesses at the camp and what I witnessed at that camp, and with some of the foreign people that come here that do hustling and all kinds of stuff, and they're allowed to speak freely. It's amazing what the youth tell me would go on when their parents turn their back. It's amazing how many people been entered into sexually, how much has gone on in them tents when you get to lay them tents down. It's amazing what goes on in them little dormitories. It's amazing the stories being told. It's amazing how many times people were told ain't no food, but here's chicken hot dog or a canned goulash. It's amazing, but there's another refrigerator in the back that got steaks or whatever, certain privileged people. Yeah, my husband told me all these things. My husband has told me so many things that y'all don't know he told. Y'all don't know that he know. And right now, my husband is getting out all his medication. His insurance is lapsed. They say he got cancer. He's a heart patient. It's amazing how every time they take my husband away or manipulate my husband's health go down. And every doctor's office say, I keep reviving. I keep my husband alive. It's amazing what his psychiatrists say. It's amazing what the magistrate knows. And the magistrate can't do but so much because little Miss I'm doctor and I run everything, whatever, that I have no fruit to prove. It's amazing how the top dog and the little dog get together, but they have no proof. I stopped going to that camp because I announced I got tired of being persecuted in worship. It's amazing what happened the first time the leader saw me there when I got healed in 2016. It's amazing how many lies she told me during worship in the sanctuary. It's amazing how she got her little snitch, who's supposed to be a former police officer in Africa, going around telling lies, and she done lied to my face. It's amazing what they've done to that man who is supposed to be mentally disabled. It's amazing why his wife chose to die, how she was living there in depression. It's amazing about how people could roll blunts there and put it on Facebook. Certain races are allowed certain things, and my husband had to put his tithes and offerings in their hand, but other people don't have to do nothing. It's amazing how much drugs they smoke up there, how much sex they go up there, how much condemnation and bullying. Even somebody in their 70s said, don't make Dr. whatever her name is mad because her theory. It's amazing how much bullying. That is spiritual, mental, raping, sodomized. That's force, condemnation. And that denomination is known for that kind of stuff, ignorance. It's amazing how their headliner speaker, which people only come, especially when he gonna be there. It's amazing what he done told me through text. It's about the dollars, boo. It's about the dollars, boo. And it's amazing. There was one lady that was allowed to preach there. But when she preached, she's not preaching on this. We gonna be blessed and we great and we great and we great and we great and we great. She said, no, y'all ain't. Y'all, now if y'all ain't got no correction, something wrong with y'all. Anytime you go to church all the time, you think all your prophecies and everything, we great, we great, we great. Great value, brand, bootleg. I'm sorry, all of y'all. And there's an international community that's starting to email that camp and tell them free Papa Row. It's getting out there. The word in other nations identifying without me even seeing the name of the camp. But it starts with a C. It starts with a C. And it's located in Ashland, Virginia, Hanover County, in the back roads behind the sheets off of number 1, not far from the Walmart. It's amazing. It's amazing what happened to Jay and his daughter, S. It's amazing what happened to some girls who want to leave. It's amazing how many families didn't escape. It's amazing how much witchcraft and voodoo been going on in them tents when some of them Africans come here. And some people have died because of that. It's amazing that there's questions about who really was supposed to be in charge when Sister R.H. died. It's amazing the controversy. It's amazing that they still bragging on the fruit she did and her family did 20, 22 years ago, 30, 40, 50 years. Where's the fruit now? It's amazing how people take trips to Israel as a fundraiser for them to be comfortable. It's amazing whose son molested somebody's daughter. Is he in jail? Did they call the cops? It's amazing. You're not allowed to call 911 if you have a heart attack. We got to take you there. It's amazing of the religious clause they use and the HIPAA law clause the director used on the police when I call for a wellness check for my husband. It's amazing. Nobody's heard my husband's voice or seen it that can tell me I'm his wife and I have no right to hear from my husband. My husband being told lies, manipulated. My husband's not well. He's not well. He hasn't had so. It's amazing how cousin P in Amelia County, Virginia, did what he did over the phone, and some of his connection, Reverend W, here in Houston. It's amazing. This is all tied together along with some of my family members calling certain people behind my back and whatever. When things happen to me and my husband was split by demonic forces coming together to ruin what God has called us to do, because we gave up everything to come here to Texas. And how many times we've been homeless in Virginia? How many times have we lived in our vans? How many times have we live in drug addicted neighborhood for the sake of the gospel? How many cars we don't have repossessed? But how many lives have changed and how many people have been blessed because of that? I'm gonna tell you right now, all of y'all are guilty. All of y'all are guilty who know my husband, who know what that camp has done to other people, and you've been silent. And you sit back and you in New Jersey spreading rumors and using cancer patients that got mental problems to attack me. When her own grandson prayed for me, and she just is confused. Look what y'all did to her when she got diagnosed with cancer. Look how the game y'all played about her wedding. Her own sister wouldn't even speak to her. And she supposed to be my husband's favorite, you know what, family member, whatever. That's a lie from the pit of hell, because the real truth it is, my husband only loves his brother Neil. He tries to love his brother Weepy, but sir, I'm chief monkey and I do everything and I decide what's good for the family. He makes sure he the puppet master behind all this. And even my husband's offspring told me this, but they joined forces together along with Dr. Doolittle. It's amazing. And they all competing against each other. But they joined forces together, what? Against Tanya, because why? Tanya loves and bless Roland, and Roland's life has prospered. His ministry has prospered. It is prospered. It's amazing how some of my husband's offspring work in the emergency room at a hospital in Richmond, Virginia, and they go to work drunk and they work in mental health. It's amazing. It's amazing how my husband was treated for Thanksgiving by his own offspring. It's amazing. All of y'all are sodomizers, you're rapists, you're molesters in the spirit, in the mind, and the consciousness of others for the sake of what? And you think you good? You ain't no kingdom citizen. You can't be a kingdom citizen where Jesus is Lord. You can't. You can't be, because you are disgusting, you're filthy, and you're workers of iniquity. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my husband's offspring, it's amazing. It's amazing how he likes to attack me and try to get my husband away from me. Sir, there's more for me than against me and my husband. I'm gonna tell you right now, you got the courts of heaven against you, against you. You got God against you because you coming against covenant. And it's amazing what you did to me at my vow renewal and how you had my husband confused. I had to pay for your tux. I had to pick your tux up. Where you work at? What you do? It's amazing how you sit there with a God-like complex. That's why my brother about got puked when he met you. It's amazing how my family don't do me right. They shade and shiesty, but they can't stay in you even more. It's amazing about that straw my aunt was kept trying to get you to drink out of what she was trying to tell you. It's amazing. You a little itty bitty monster. You a itty bitty monster. And because you got a deep throat, excuse me, deep voice, you think you run. Look how y'all talk to my husband. Look how my husband's offspring talk to him with condemnation, talk down. My husband don't even show his true character. Look how when he sang a song that he wrote for a children's book, y'all laughed at him. It's amazing. Not once have y'all stepped to my face, but y'all had to go behind my back and accuse and spread rumors and lies, defame my character. You are a sodomizer, you're a rapist, and you're a molester in the minds and hearts and emotions in the spirit of my husband and others. And you participate in an ungodly organization that was started on righteousness that has now become trash. There's more stories of illegal, disgusting, ungodly things that come from that camp than glorious stories. Where's the fruit? Where has the camp grown? Where has the camp grown? The camp. There are many campgrounds in that area, but we know the camp. And it's amazing how Richmond doesn't even know it exists. But they got all these stories of miracles. What miracles? Done by who? Done by who? Why all the stories and books were written and everything y'all talk about, and every time y'all have service, it's amazing what happened to Brother Joseph. My husband told me, and I know Brother Joseph because he's the one that used to answer the phone and intercede for everybody to answer the phone and bless and everything over the phone. My husband said Brother Joseph was kicked out of worship because he worshiped too loud and too long. That's what my husband told me. Brother Worship is a senior elder person, and how he was stuck in that room all that time. They don't know what he was eating and how he was eating. Finally, they say somebody got Brother Joseph in a nursing home. It's amazing how the girl go for she on the praise and worship team. A lot of elderly people say they don't go no more because she's a witch. She's from Africa, go for she's a princess or whatever. Look who had to give her away at her wedding. Look what happened when her baby was born. And a lot of old people say they don't go to them because they say she's a witch. I've even seen administration and leadership laughing at people that be slain in the spirit. Yeah, there's a famous queen, the Bible, Esther. A lot of people don't go there because they say what they doing, allowing. It's amazing how many foreigners come here to what to hide from the world. But we at the camp, we serving at the camp. Who you serving? Chicken hot dogs? So the leaders can be comfortable and do as they please. It's amazing. My husband wasn't allowed to go visit nobody unless he get permission to leave the camp. Not he said, I'm gonna go out of town and let somebody else do my chore. I gotta get permission. But yet foreigners can come here, get to speak and do what they want to do, go up and down the East Coast, make money, network and everything. They got freedom. It's amazing who been left at the library. It's amazing how many foreigners have come here and asked me to get them a side piece or a sugar mama to take care of them while their wife is in Africa. And it's amazing. There's a girl that come here, tell you her name is one thing, that's not her name. Her husband has offered himself to me. She keep coming back. She works in the kitchen, everything. She's from Africa. And it's amazing. In her village, they eat dog. But why is she always serving food at the camp? Why? And then why she talks smart to my husband? Why she don't bully other apostles? It's amazing some of the trashy things. It's amazing how a guy there, David, was there for many years driving the van. And when the African needed to ride to the store, whatever, he was charging and making money. A lot of these things I have been writing, I've informed administration way back as 2017 about how people was having sex. And it's amazing. A young 15-year-old girl was accused of being a camp whore. How she could be the camp whore when she was 14, 15? Why? Because she outspoken. She told me herself about the fake people here, the fake children, and what really go on. She said, I just know that you the one to tell. Yeah, she knew. And her daddy was a single father and he didn't know, and he never confessed Christ. They were there. They were there. And she was treated, not one person tried to disciple her, mentor her, and be a mother to her, knowing her mother was dead. Not one person. And it's amazing now that he's gone from that camp, like he's prospering, he's into nature, and he's no longer rolling blunts on Facebook like he used to do at the camp. Blunts on Facebook, smoking. It's amazing how much drinking going on with the teenagers who go for working and worship and playing instruments and in the control board, and they was hosting parties, getting drunk. But they're successful because why they left and went to some university in Lynchburg, they're supposed to be religious. It's amazing what really goes on. Who was going to get a divorce and who was having domestic problems. It's amazing the lies that were told. It's amazing how many homosexual women come to the women's conference and they ministers, and you think the lady that's a doctor getting up there saying, it's amazing because she's a medical doctor. We're supposed to trust her as a preacher, how you brag and you select. Watch all the speakers. Watch all the speakers. Watch the speakers that tell the truth. They don't get invited back to tell the truth. They all this, we blessed and we didn't remember it. Yeah, tire rim. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. And you cannot say I am Miriam and Aaron talking about Moses. Because first of all, let's get it straight. Because you scared, because they got you scared and you thinking it's all that. Look at your life, look at your fruit. Look at you, look what you do. Where has the camp done for you? Where have you grown? Where has the camp grown? But you scared, why you think a lot of people got spirit, a lot of people are anointed and appointed, but are they commissioned by God? Yeah, I'm not Aaron and Miriam. You know why? Because Moses wasn't guilty at that time. Moses wasn't doing nothing wrong. Moses wasn't oppressed people. At least Moses sacrificed for people. At least the Lord spent time with Moses and there was evidence of the glory on his face, not condemnation. I walk in. How many times I got to hear stories about frying hamburgers and getting baptized by the Holy Spirit when on the way to work to fry hamburgers and how much corn and milk and cows? How many times am I hear that story? Is that all the Holy Spirit is to you? The day you got baptized by the Holy Spirit and everybody in there speaking in tongues and running around, you know the Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth will come out of you and you'll be blessed and there'll be fruit after fruit. And why people been there years and years and years and they have no ministry. And they're being sodomized, raped, and whore in the name of what? If she don't approve of you or what you do, then you're nothing. You have to get the Godfather. I'm sorry, that's a criminal organization. Where are the RICO charges on that? Because see, it's not physical selling drugs, but it's physically enslaving people, mentally, physically. But it's legal though, because it's the fancy writing, the fancy wording of the interpretation of the law and what the Internal Revenue would allow and what the Labor Board would allow and what this would allow. There's tricks and loopholes, and obviously Dr. Doolittle got a good lawyer to teach her what to say to the police. It's amazing. The police ain't know what to say. The magistrate was upset. The psychiatrist, even the community service board didn't know what to do. And everybody just sit back. This stuff going on in so many ministries, so many denominations, especially the ones that run around and say they speak it in tongues. And some of them don't know nothing about the word of God, the Bible, don't know no deep Bible study, know nothing. More effort is put into raking leaves, cleaning, fixing roofs than it is into. It's amazing how my husband lived there 4 years and not once did anybody know, make him help him know the Bible. My husband didn't know nothing about prayer, nothing. But they know he danced in worship. Yeah, he turned towards the altar, but when he come out the altar, where he was going, he left worship during preaching time to go smoke. It's amazing what they do to Brother Henry. And it's amazing how his wife didn't even fight for her own life. She chose to die. You know how long she's been depressed and been trying to get off that concentration camp. And it's amazing. One of the major speakers that come in and draw the biggest crowd to take about 5,000 offerings. It's getting hot this side of the room. I feel anointed on this side of the room. Yeah. And if you put the CD, so yeah, he draw the big crowd and then his wife do too. Yeah, but it's amazing who the things he done said to me through text. It's amazing he tried to help Henry get off the camp, and somehow Henry was not allowed. You wouldn't believe what Mr. Henry know. I haven't talked to Mr. Henry in 6, 7 months because his phone been blocked. He don't know how to do that, and he loved my husband. It's amazing people been dividing. How Mr. Henry won't allowed to come to our vow renewal. How J and S won't allowed to come to my house for spaghetti dinner. Condemnation, bullying, Godfather Mafia, them the RICO charges, criminal enterprise in the name of what? Religion and nonprofit. That is enslavement of people. That's legal slavery. RICO charges, RICO charges, RICO charges. It's amazing how the descendants of the ones that started that camp are like scrap dog, treated like dog. It's amazing the conversation leadership has sat there and said right in front of my auntie, who've been going there for years. My auntie has not stepped foot there since 2017 because what the leaders were up there openly talking against. And then she got a chance to sit with the descendants of the ones that started the camp and their point of view. It's amazing. It's amazing how much condemnation, Python spirit. It's amazing how they got like a spell over my husband's offspring. It's amazing how they treat him. It's amazing what happened when he tried to rent a house there. It's amazing. But he when it was in real estate. It's amazing the things he do at any cost to get my husband. And eventually, when he get my husband, what he gonna do? My husband go right back to a shelter. My husband has lived in shelters over 12 years of the time he been in Richmond. 12 years. And one time my husband was able to escape with a new girlfriend and go to Alaska. She died and he was forced to come back. It's amazing how my husband really feels, but he's scared of his offspring because he feel guilty because he know what happens with their mother. And he knew what really went down why she had to leave. It's amazing how my husband's family is involved in some stuff that they don't know about how my husband got with his ex-wife. It's amazing how my husband was tricked and forced to come from Job Corps for the sake of $1. It's amazing about some whoring spirits in my husband's family. It's amazing how religions have kicked certain people out because they've been trying to seduce other religious members. It's amazing how many demons that's been after my husband since he was born. But when his grandma died, that's when it really came on. It's amazing how people took my husband to Reverend Ike. Yeah, it's amazing. One of the best things that ever happened to his brother, that his brother was given away in adoption because his brother stands a chance. And I thank God for Neil and for Darlene. I thank God for the late Uncle Clarence. Hmm. A lot of stuff my husband has told me in private what he really thinks and what he really know, but it's almost like he don't know how to. He said he has a trust issue, like he's scared to totally trust me because nothing has ever worked in life. He said nothing has worked. He said he never had a birthday party because it would never work. So I gave him his first birthday party. He was overjoyed. He went to bed smiling. He said, I want a birthday party every year. He was 54 years old before he had his first birthday party, which really I don't celebrate birthdays no more like that. But I'm just saying, it's amazing some things my husband has experienced he's never experienced. He told me he was living his best life with me. And it's amazing how he chose not to talk to his offspring. This year on Father's Day, he didn't want anything to do with them, but he was forced because of something my cousin P did in Amelia over the phone with the police here. Yeah, Officer Brazard with Baytown gonna have to answer. Officer Weitzer is gonna have to answer. Some other officers are gonna have to answer. And it's that hospital in Baytown on 4401 God Road, they're gonna have to answer. A lot of stuff they're gonna have to answer here in Texas because the Lord gonna make them answer. Because no lawyer, no governor, no mayor will help me in some suspicious stuff that happened to me. My husband don't realize what happened to me. I'm still not even sure when I blacked out whether I was raped. I didn't get a rape kit. Ask Nurse Karen at that hospital. Ask Brenda. Ask them people. Ask them people why security was crying when they held me down. How many times I've been held down and needleized in the hospitals here, and I never legally was legally and put in hospital. I would be detained. Some of my family in Washington, wink, wink, had to call to make threats. It's amazing how I've tried to expose things here to your governor and your mayor in Houston, and they have done nothing. Your TV networks, they have done nothing. And it's all a game. It's a game, and your churches sit back and let it happen because half your church members work at these places. But then when you say somebody, yeah, I'm blessed, you disgust me. You a disgusting pig. You a disgusting pig eating off of what people insurance claims, people tax money, and you social workers here are disgusting pigs. It's amazing what just happened in a hospital down the street here. What's his name? LBJ with the social worker come here bragging, yeah, I'm ex-military and put it on her clothes. And how she talked to me and she was cold-hearted and she acting like a ape monkey because why? She used to be military and she used to be in Fort Lee where I'm from in Virginia. It's amazing how she treated me and how they wanted me to walk to the bus and I can barely walk. But because of a kind angel, it's amazing what happened in some of these pharmacies, some of these nonprofits. All of y'all are disgusting pig, and the church is the reason why, because the church is not leading the world. The church is not leading the world. You filthy, disgusting pigs. All of y'all participate in the grooming and the sodomizing and rape and molestation of those who love the Lord or those who need the Lord. This is why you got what's going on with the world. This is why y'all keep talking about Beyonce. I get tired of these preachers on YouTube talking about Beyonce. Didn't you, your members, and the rest of the body of believers, didn't y'all create an atmosphere for seeds to be sown for Beyonce to bear the type of fruit she bearing? Y'all helped create the Beyoncés. Y'all complain about the Cardi B's. Y'all complain about the Nene Leaks. But y'all, in the secrets of your ancestors, don't think it's just this generation. It's amazing doing the Montgomery bus boycott. It's amazing how people complaining when they were carpooling. Don't get your dirty feet in my car. It's amazing how much rumors and arguing was going on amongst Martin Luther King's camp. And look how many people betrayed him. Where's the fruit? Where's the fruit? Look what they allowed them to do to Tupac Mama and Huey P. Newton. It's amazing. Some of the former Black Panthers are nice and fat and comfortable and honorable. And it's the man, Al, I'm not too sharp. It's amazing. He more known for stupid stuff and not for the reverend that's from his name. What about that $15,000 fee that you charge to show up to march? And you only march when the camera's on, then you go about your business. What happened to that Black lady in Lynchburg that was from Africa when the police abused her and the NAACP called you Al not too sharp? Why is it you get $1 million from your nonprofit? We don't know nothing. Why all you do is give speeches and some of these crooked preachers, with some of these, you disgust me. All of y'all are disgusting pigs, and you on TV Sunday go for you preaching, deep teaching. And where is the world benefiting? Where is the world getting with respecting the church? It's more controversy about y'all trash. Then you got this nasty man named Booty Bookum, start with a BB. He just is bitter and unloving, and he goes to be the hardest thing. And he the most tactful white man kind of preacher I ever seen. And people respect him because why he a homeschooler, he a lawyer. The man ain't got no love. He just is crunchy. Look at him. He don't smile, whatever. And he's always in an audience of people that don't look like him, if you know what I mean. He's a token monkey, and he's speaking against apostles and prophets, because half y'all apostles and prophets, more than half, are grimy, greasy. Look at the cars you drive on Instagram. Look at look at the quality of everything. You living good. You living good. You gonna try to raise money for why we gotta raise money when you in a big mega church and you got airplanes and you eat at the cookie place on your birthday, and look at the jury on your arm, and yeah, look at you, just look at you. You're eating good, you're living good. Where are the John the Baptists? No, because there's too many sodomizing, raping, molesting people in the church. I blame the church for why the world is where it is. And I'm talking about the church as a religion, because I'm not talking about the true church, the true remnant that's called of God. That's a kingdom, 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 kingdom. But it's the church's fault why the world. That's why the Antichrist is coming fast, because the church is eating good, eating good. And eating good. You eating and you raising your children. What are you doing? A 4-year-old with iPhone? It's disgusting. Me and my husband can't get benefits because we $50 over, knowing that I'm being charged by Social Security Administration for working too much. Yeah, I worked in a program. My state representative was told by Social Security I could work as much as I want to because I was seasonal in a government job. Well, they billed me 2 years later $2,000. Then I told them, and my caseworker told them, they said, well, we don't doubt that we didn't say that, because all of our operators in federal government say something different according to their understanding, but you didn't get it in writing. So when my balance was $100, then they threw another 2,000. So I get garnished. I keep getting billed and billed. My husband get garnished, get threats of being garnished on his Social Security, because simply why? They didn't put in the computer that he was married to me. When I got dates, locations where I done been several times to report when I changed my name, and they keep saying it's their error. They want to charge my husband because he was getting SSI. Well, first of all, they had in his system that he was still married to his first wife. Something ain't right, honey. Something ain't right. And I think some of his family members that worked in government did some tricky stuff too. Because it's mighty funny. It's mighty funny how she do when she saw me, or what she do and the things she said around my husband. It's amazing how she used the government phone. It's amazing, some tricky stuff. It's amazing how people pimp people's sons for the sake of foster care. Don't get mad because he dead now. The truth gonna come out how he died and why his life was snatched and why he set up out of a coma and said what he said and dropped dead. He was robbed of his life. And some people at his funeral said what they said, disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. And it's amazing. My niece, named start with a D, just told me the same thing I've been know. That family member that's supposed to be clergy, homosexual spirit, been married how many times? And it's amazing what I saw when I went in their church. It's amazing what I saw and what I witnessed. And it's amazing how they ran from me and wouldn't have a conversation with me. It's amazing the things they do and said to my husband. It's amazing. That's another sodomized raper. It's amazing the money that's given to family members that's on drugs to keep them away from me and my husband. It's amazing. All of y'all are sodomizers, rapers, molesters of mental and spiritual of the minds. What are RICO charges on that? The reason why they got R. Kelly is because this country is full of that. Even some of our forefathers were nasty, disgusting pigs. Forefathers, the foundation, the forefathers, founding fathers of America, nasty, disgusting pigs when you want to get to know the truth about them. It's amazing who writes your textbooks and you send your kids to public schools. You definitely want to dangle your children in front of whores. It's amazing how many teachers change diapers all day because now kids ain't got to be potty trained in the name of they special. I could tell you stories about that IEP violation. I could tell you what's going on in your special education programs. I can tell you what your U.S. Department of Education allows. It's amazing how free, appropriate public education is an unknown term. And I have caught Chesterfield County, Richmond, come on, Amelia County, all of them. I've caught them when I was volunteering. And it's amazing who I use. It was somebody who used to work for Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad, which they named her. And she's a former employee of them. And she got converted to Christianity. How she helped me. We tried to help some apostles that's going to some of these bootleg schools that some of these churches running. Let the boy sit there 17 years old and can't read. He can't learn how to read. It's amazing how many churches is running scams in the name of we got a food bank. Tell the truth, you're being paid to distribute the food. You're earning. The Catholic Church is one of the few churches that they give their own food. It's amazing. There's a church off of Laburnum near elementary school in Richmond, Virginia, and they have their own, they get stuff from farmers. They have their own bakery. They serve tea, lemonade. They give all kinds of goods out of their own. And they don't have a grant from the Central Virginia Food Bank. It's amazing how nasty and smart some of these food bank workers are. It's amazing in these hospitals what's really going on with some of your transport people, some of your nurses who have godlike complex. It's amazing how hospitals now are using nurses under the age of 25, slaving them, and they believe everything the doctor said, who ain't really trained that well. It's amazing what's not being taught in medical school. It's amazing how many people I know who are doctors that say they learn more from me about medicine and medicine they learned in medical school. And some of them been to the top medical schools. It's amazing how everybody's using nurse practitioners now to save money. There's one doctor, and in the practice, he got PAs and nurse practitioners. And some of these people are not being guarded. It's amazing how they're using West Africans to run your mental health in your prisons. They're using black people to enslave black people. Ain't it the same way we got on the boat to come over here, black people? Because our own people. How in the world can those Europeans be strong enough and wise enough to speak the thousands of languages in Africa and go there and just start grabbing people? Come on now. They did intel. They had spies. Come on now. Their own people sold you out. So stop all this wanting reparations and blaming the white man, boo. When it was your own man that sold you out. And they doing the same thing right now. These West Africans. I'm going to tell you, my country, I'm part Nigerian. I'm going to tell you, they using Igbos and they using Yorubas. And it's the old thing to tell you in Africa, Igbos will do anything for $1. Every Igbo I ever know is like that. I've been in organizations with them. I've dated them. About the dollar, bottom line, dollar, dollar, dollar. It's amazing. That's what all the tribes agree. Igbos, and it's amazing. Those are the ones that's writing the prescription. Those are the ones that's the supervisors in the prison. Then you got your Yorubas. How you know? Watch your Yoruba when they get emotional, when you attack them emotionally, how they get stirred up. They're very intelligent. I'm a Yoruba. I have to watch my own emotions. Emotional weakness. It's amazing what some people do in these hospitals here, behavioral hospital of Bel Air. You got to watch people like Esther and people like Mo. That's how you get them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's amazing when you get stirred up. They get whatever. You should have seen how this girl go for she a nurse and her name Mo. You can tell the difference between an East African and West African. It just depends on whatever. I like to deal with East Africans because they're not fat and gluttony and spoil in the name of what? Yeah. See, I can tell you some things. I've been in Africa. I've stayed with Africans, and I'm part African. Tell you about my own people. And I can tell you about my own people in America too. Got the same grimy traits, but it's the style. It's the style in which they do it, and they judge each other. One called one lazy, one called one ignorant, one called one monkey, back and forth. They like you tap dancing against each other. And while you sitting back or whatever, that's who they're going to use to enslave you, boo. Your own people from West Africa. That's where most slaves come from anyway. They using your own people. They look like you, whatever. They using your own people because they really don't like you. And it's amazing. They use the same hair weave. Here it is. My hair was down my back. Those African girls, Africa told me, cut that and get a weave. It's amazing how many girls got Michael Kors purses in Africa but pump water from a well. It's amazing how people want to get support and say they're hungry, but they got the latest, greatest. They even got Cold Stone Creamery. People here barely know what cold stone is and can afford it. They got cold stone treatment in Nigeria. It's amazing what they got. And old Wally World said they going to Nigeria. Ooh, you must be boo-boo. You gonna get robbed. You don't pay attention what the FBI tried to tell you about them West Africans, how they groom you. Some will groom you months, years. They're very good actors, scammers. It's amazing how a large portion of stolen tax returns goes to banks in Nigeria. Hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of miseducation going on. But now it's time to tell. Documentary coming out, book coming out with details, and some people going to jail, and some people got to be told on so to keep them from going to hell. But they gonna need bail. Yeah. RICO charges. Let's go ahead and start charging these RICO charges because this is some David Koresh, Jim Jones stuff that's happening to my husband. Some David Koresh, Jim Jones style stuff that's happening to my husband in the name of what? Bullies that ain't got no fruit. Watch it. The top dog and the bottom dog is working together, and the bottom dog don't realize that they're overseer. For what? And they don't have no fruit. Can't stay on their feet. Keep moving in and out that camp. Can't stay on their feet. It's amazing. Sodomizers. You will no longer sodomize my husband's destiny. You will no longer sodomize my husband's mental weakness. You will no longer sodomize, rape, kidnap. Under false pretenses, my husband is being led to believe some stuff. Why? Because of some officers here that said somebody named Paul called and what some manager at a hotel, Best Western, said, but there's no evidence on camera that this woman has ever seen me face to face. It's amazing what Cassandra at the front desk can tell you what really happened at that Best Western on July 20th and 21st of this year. It's amazing what hotels.com set me up. Yeah, watch them hotels.com and booking.com. They're scam. Every hotel tells me they just a third party scammer. It's amazing how I got booked at a hotel, paid for it, get there. They hadn't had rooms in 4 or 5 hours. So I had to sleep on the couch in the lobby, and little children took care of me. And I could barely walk, disabled. You don't know how many Uber drivers has had to help me load stuff. It's amazing how some of your black Uber drivers and some of your Arab Uber drivers that got nice vehicles, they act like you stink when you load their vehicles and just get in, get out. That's what they want you to do. They look at you, they don't help you. I have reported to Uber so many times, some of these people who got 5.0 ratings, why? People just click the button. Some of these people are disgusted. Some people have driven off with my money. It's amazing. But every time I get Lyft, I usually get somebody that's blessed and of the Lord. But when I get Uber, you don't know what you're going to get, a good person, a bad person, a monkey, an ape, but they got a good rating. And it's amazing how this one black girl, what she did to me and my husband, and we were charged $100 because she went the opposite way, drove us around talking like she was our friend. Uber charged us $100. We were only supposed to go across the street because we had luggage. It's amazing about how the emergency management systems and the cell phone heaters are off regardless of what your little munchkin officer said at the Baytown police that babysits the police building at night who abused us. That's how we end up getting in the hospital and we end up getting homeless dealing with him. It's amazing how I do Google reviews to tell the truth about your Baytown fire and EMS, and the reviews disappear. It's amazing how a lot of this is tied to them and how a lot of them want to be doctors and guards. It's amazing how one of them degraded me and tried to suggest some sexual stuff about me in an emergency room doctor while I'm laying there bloody and naked. It's amazing how you got a black officer that let them do what they did to me. Yeah, Officer Holland, tell the truth and what you wrote up about me. This all this got to do with why my husband is missing all of y'all because a dirty somebody named Paul called over the phone from Virginia, and we know who I'm talking about. Which he has been allowed to do a lot of atrocities over the years, and everybody in the Million County know who I'm talking about. And y'all have potted with him, y'all have snorted cocaine with him, y'all have had babies by him, and know he married. Y'all have participated. He go for he clergy. Which y'all say, oh, it ain't nothing secret about it. That's just how he is. That's why he go to other counties and pastor. And there he used the Oscar Award winners, family members' names because why? They're clients of his. And because he's using James Brown name, he's using other people's name and stuff. Because he said he a businessman. It's amazing what happened to my car. And it's amazing what the Commonwealth or district attorney is not doing in the name of people that told me it's controversial. Because why? Because this person's family has had a business there for hundreds of years, and because their spouse working in courts, let's just tell it all. Let's tell it all. It's amazing how much he put in text and writing, how he persecute people and defame people in writing. And it's amazing. He accused DMV and the media for assisting him in stealing my car. It's been over a month now. I don't have my car. I don't have nothing. My car was donated to me for humanitarian efforts because me and my husband, I did say when we volunteer. We were honored with a car. So we picked up in the Toyota dealership in Roanoke, free, 28,000 miles. It's amazing. Where's the car now? Where's the report? Law enforcement told me it's going to be tricky because of the politics of it all, because the Commonwealth or the district attorney is the one that decides whether to press charges. It's amazing. I'm sitting up here, got to keep teaching myself how to walk, how I'm in it. I'm too afraid to go to hospital because what happened to me? Look what happened to me at St. Joseph's Hospital. It's amazing what happened to me. Look what happened to me at the hospital at 44-1 Garth Road. Look what wound care did to me. It's amazing how doctors have quit. It's amazing. This is what they do at the hospital at 44-1 Garth Road when they suggest something wrong with you mentally. Why? Because you sick or you crying or because somebody rumored something or a business said something. This is what they do. They wait till you get good and sleepy. Between 9:30 and 11 o'clock at night, they come in with an iPad with some psychiatrist at home that's want to review you and ask you questions. It's amazing. One of them called and I had to end up counseling her. Another one, Dr. Andrew Sullivan. Well, it say your name, Andrew Sullivan. But when I start talking to you, you want let's get you on something. Let's get you on something. All he saw was my face. He couldn't even see I was laying there crippled. He couldn't see I hadn't eaten, drinking, been to the bathroom in 2 days and how I was sodomized. And here's this girl named Sham. That's what she said her name is. Her and Nurse Karen are bullies and Brenda. It's amazing how many times I was held down and injected with stuff at that hospital. It's amazing how they call the cops on me because I didn't have money for Uber. A hospital, and they're the ones that diagnosed my husband with something in his lungs. And it's amazing what happened to me. The infectious disease doctor had to go and threaten some of the staff. It's amazing the godlike complex some of these white American male doctors got when they find out you're a prodigy and you're an expert on your own body. It's amazing how they kept trying to pump me with Lasix when I only can take Boomex. It's amazing not once will anybody let me sign anything to get files from Virginia. I'm telling you, these not my in-laws and my stepkids not the only one that's sodomizing my future, my destiny, my husband's. Yeah, and it's that camp, it's the church, it's the businesses, it's the government. All y'all are sodomizers and molesters. Let's start handing out the real RICO charges. So your former NBA guards can make money off the prisons that they own. Let's do it. But no, God is going to have to do it. God is the God of the courts of heaven. And God is going to start handing out sentences because you already guilty. So when that boy went and shot his grandma and shot them kids in school, stop being mad at that boy. It's the fabric of society that weaves and interweaves the fruits that you see. You're just seeing the fruits of thousands and hundreds of years of sneaky, grooming, bully spirits, all that in your sleepy church that's eating good. Yeah, that's why government can do conspiracy. That's why your political leaders can do it, because your church sit back. Why? Because no one mess up our nonprofit status. So that's why you got politicians talking about WAP singers. Don't get mad. Half of you YouTube talking about controversy when the real controversy is because your fake religious church. I'm not talking about other faiths because that's not the real faith. I know who the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm talking about the kingdom of God. Where is it? Where is those that really want that kingdom come that will be done? Who is helping? Y'all eating good. You eating good. And I got this house and I'm blessed and I'm blessed. Why blessings got to be all visual? Why blessings got to be all tangible? And these seminaries charging student loans for somebody to go to seminary. And how many of y'all open programs for those who can't afford or those who don't have the prerequisite? How many of y'all got branch out? And how many of y'all pastors opening seminaries in your own church so people ain't got to get a student loan? And it's amazing. You got to have a degree to be a pastor. A pastor what? Don't let me start telling you what really goes in these classrooms and these seminaries and how the business office and the financial aid is the face of the school once you get in. And they don't say nothing about God or the Lord, the business office. But we got to follow the accreditation rules, whatever. It's amazing the school I'm enrolled in now, what they've done to me and how I'm being billed for over what? Almost what? I'm trying to think. 8 years of schooling and I ain't got enough credits because I've been sick and dying. And it's amazing how I've been bullied by the financial aid department and not once has advised me. I have not gotten a phone call. I've been almost dying and I don't send messages and messages. And here it is on the whatever 1,100 club that's on the campus. Yeah, it's amazing. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. how y'all have robbed me financially and my credit score. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. How parents are not equipping children. You send them into public schools to be what? A public servant of working for somebody else, not an entrepreneur. It's amazing how many charter schools we don't have. You ain't got to homeschool but during school hours. You can be creative. It's amazing. It's amazing how many secret societies are out there amongst so-called church people. Secret groups, secret societies. Let's tell it. Let's tell it. That's why you should be half the people in AA. Somewhere, religion got something to do with it, or some type of mental or emotional sodomizing in the fabric of the minds of the people. I guarantee half the people in drug rehab. I'm gonna tell you where it come from. Yeah, you know how the Bible said the sins of the father become the sins of the sons. Some people have cursed their offspring because of the level. Oh, you don't know what the Bible said what God can do to your offspring? Yeah, don't get sleepy now. No, you're eating good. You're eating good. So that's why you got your conspiracy and everything. And YouTube, whatever they allow you to say, they're allowing you to say. One day I said a prayer, and the prayer was for a election in a foreign country, and they sent me a violation of medical. Yeah. That's why I use Rumble. I'm using YouTube right now. I'm testing it to see. But I use Rumble. Rumble don't censor. Rumble. Yeah. Tucker Carlson, you do the best you can, but your focus shouldn't be on people. Your focus should be on the spiritual whoredom and the spiritual pimping in your churches. Because all this government conspiracy, it's amazing what L. Wall now go for he doing. But not once has he returned my fax or call. Not once is your Bishop, Snakes or whatever. His assistant Beverly has once returned my call and messages. It's amazing how I'm tied to them and they don't remember meeting me and who's tied us together. It's amazing how your bishops, who are worldwide bishops, have laid hands on me and how apostles have tried to whore me. Why? Because I got a global calling. It was announced I'm going to be worldwide famous and billionaire. It's amazing. It's amazing how I've been whored and pimped. Yes, I've been physically molested and abused and raped, but I've been spiritually and mentally by my own family and by people in the community. It's disgusting. Blackstone, Virginia, Amelia, Virginia, Denwood, Virginia. Disgusting, 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 disgusting. Incest. There's even incest in my ancestry. It's amazing who my aunt's parents really are that died. It's amazing who my uncle that was killed, it's amazing who some of my other family members' real parents are. It's amazing. Let's tell the truth now. And how their kids could hook up with somebody else's kids as their own cousin because they live in their own city. Let's tell the truth now. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth how I've had 4 grandpas. Tell the truth. One grandpa, grandma married to one grandpa, but her lover here when grandpa not there. Then the other grandma, what she do? She married to my step grandpa. Her lover was there. He even died there. Let's tell the truth. How much voodoo that she been involved in? It's amazing. I can't even see my own grandma. Because of her belief in voodoo. But it's my cousin who's a preacher. She got the same thing. She got allowed because she a preacher. But guess what? Who's she preaching to? She look pretty. She on Facebook. But do she support or help me? But she went by her grandma that died because who didn't come to the funeral, boo? But who gonna go to your funeral when them demons really come after you? Because PJ is really telling about you and Sister CL, who supposed to be preachers from Amelia County and Denwood and Blackstone. They telling the truth about y'all. Yeah, PJ gonna make sure people know she don't roll with y'all because y'all grimy and y'all married into her family and kin to her. She telling it. PJ telling it. She told it to me. She don't roll with CL or DH preachers. She said that this is Grammy, and she know because she don't live in a Grammy. It's amazing who got juke joints, and it's amazing how your Jehovah's W's is involved with all this too. Some of them intertwined with my family. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Which one of my family members involved with the cartel and telling us lies for domestic violence? He in jail. Let's tell the truth. How he owned madam houses and people on addicted to drug in Baltimore because he was a master. Let's tell the truth. How he lied on my brother. Let's tell the truth. Who the cartel really is. That's in my family, and they great big Jehovah's Witness family members is covering up stuff and judging the rest of us, but they don't judge me. They better not do it to my face because I'll tell it all. I'll tell it all about how they condemned somebody for getting divorced in the 80s and he their daughter been married and divorced 3 times and how she twerk and get drunk or whatever. Look who she married. Let's tell the truth how you for you, but you cast out my cousin because he's a homosexual, but you got homosexual grandkids. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth how much your husband and my grandma used to have sex together. Let's tell the truth how my other cousins, every last one of her sisters and her have always slept with folks' husbands because they mama slept with my grandpa. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell it all. Let's tell it all. Let's tell the truth what happened. Let's tell the truth how I got certain cousins to sit back and laugh and enjoy at my misery in the name of what? She's a snake. And it's amazing. My cousin Corey is sitting up in jail right now. And everybody say it's a shame he shot that man at the police station. No, it ain't. If you knew how he was raised, and if you know who he can to, and if you know the community and everything on both sides of his family, you would know it's obvious that he was going to do that. But actually, that's the least he could have done compared to really what he was groomed and raised to do. It's amazing. It's amazing. We got first cousins that don't know each other in our family. It's amazing. People have died and their sisters wouldn't help them get a bone marrow transplant. Let the bee die. It's amazing who let their mother houses go back to the government in the name of what? It's amazing how much hoodoo voodoo has been done in my family against family members. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell how many churches have had shotguns and police call in the Meade County, Nottaway County. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. How many so-called sanctified deacons done died, and Maury Povich, I should say, showed up at the funeral saying, "You are the father." It's amazing how people they didn't know who their real mother is. It's amazing how people have been shipped out of town when they've been molested and raped in the name of had them babies. It's amazing. That's why I got cousins that only date married men, and everybody accepted hang with them. But to watch out, and it's amazing. It's a lady. She done been through everybody man in my family, and she still married people dead. Her thing is wide open. And they know it, but she got a good heart. Why? Because she give you liquor and give you pig feet. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's talk about the whores of my family that's going around giving people VD and they're in their 70s, popping Viagra like M&Ms. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth about the cousins that raped and molested me. And they sit up there judging me. Why? Because I tell it like it is. Let's tell who daddy really is who. Let's tell who's really who father. Let's tell really what happened on the day my brother was conceived. Let's tell it. Let's tell it. Let's tell who really killed my daddy and why they killed him and why the sheriff said he let it happen. Let's tell the truth of why I was born the way I was born. The government but my daddy got 2 different birth certificates. Let's tell who my father was, what y'all really did to him, and what y'all really allowed, and how my life been mocked. It's amazing how mysterious people show up in my life that already know me, and certain figures show up where I go. It's amazing how there are certain people who are angels that watch me. It's amazing how I'm still alive. It's amazing who tried to rape and molest me when they was giving me them pills and I was suicidal. Yeah, some of y'all husbands tried to rape and molest me when I was suicidal, and they're actors. They got a dirty, nasty history. If my Aunt Jean was alive, she would tell you who done slept with who husband. And it's amazing. A lot of people's husbands, they're supposed to be dignified, done slept with my Aunt Jean. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell it. Let's tell it. Let's tell it. Because if you don't, the world gonna get worse and your kids gonna get garbage and garbage because you cover it up. But it's time to tell it. Because you've been warned and warned by God, and you see the fruits of you and your secret, and you know you quench the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit be telling you and telling you. It's amazing what happened to my oldest brother. Don't you dare judge him. Don't you dare judge my oldest brother. Don't you dare judge him. It ain't just my grimy family community. It's all over this disgusting America. The land of free. No, you're going to pay a price that ain't free. You're going to pay a price. But I ain't mean to go this long, but I'm going to tell you right now, y'all better stop sodomizing and creating an atmosphere and allowing them to sodomize, molest, and rape my husband's destiny and our calling in our ministry. There are people out there waiting on our ministry. So you holding up, you're creating a vineyard of evil. So if you don't go after and announce and let the world know free Papa Rowe, save Papa Rowe, help Papa Rowe, if you don't announce it and you part of the problem, you trash it and you're helping rapists, then y'all better let R. Kelly free then. Y'all better let him free. Let him free. If y'all gonna keep on doing what y'all doing, y'all need to go ahead and let R. Kelly free and stop blaming Suge Knight for everything. Because from what I understand, Maxine, his mama didn't raise him like that. What happened when he got easy, does it? When he learned evil. It's amazing how you're dark. who's supposed to be the author of gangster rap, how he done lived in houses with other people. It's amazing. It's amazing how he had to work a job. It's amazing how y'all got people crip walking at the Super Bowl. Let's tell you who. It's amazing. Thugs. It's amazing. I don't watch your not for long football network. I don't watch your NB a nigga A. No, I do not. It's disgusting, and people have hoarding had the sports you support is slavery. Let's get the real RICO charges. Let's come on now. How much gambling and betting? Let's get your real RICO charges. And who watches the ones supposed to be watching us? Who watches police? Who watches law enforcement? Who does what? And I can go into who is the new number one preacher in Houston now. Watch him wearing them tight pants. Isn't that the same thing the Temptations used to do? From what I understand from the documentary, they did to make their penis look big while they singing "My Girl." That's from what I understand from the documentary. It's amazing he wear them same skinny little pants, and he done married who? The wife of who? The ex-wife of who? And she supposed to be all that when she got a show, reality TV, of basketball skanks. It's amazing how much happens demonic here in Houston. But you're supposed to be top dog and you hang with snakes. And it's amazing. Sting. Where's Pastor Sting? And got these wives that seem stronger than them, like they bench press their husbands. Watch these weak leaders. Politicians got these wives that's built like men. Watch them now. Watch them. There's some freaky stuff going on. Huh. Yeah, y'all think Gene Deal talking and Reggie Wright talking and Tokyo Tony talking. Wait till I finish talking. Wait till I say it. And you say I'm fat, the fact that they about to sing. I'm about to do a full-blown encore. Because I'm going to tell it all. And I'm going to tell how your famous boxer got blood right there that somebody from a Mexican family is raising and taking care of. Your famous black boxer known for smoking weed and biting ears, how he got blood relatives right there that's been in the house with my voodoo hoodoo grandma. Yeah. Let's tell it. Let's tell it. Let's tell it. Let's tell it. Yeah, let's tell it. It's time to tell now. Yeah. It's time to tell it all. Yeah, I feel like talking right now. I feel very talking. I feel like I'm doing some extemporaneous telling. Yeah. And it's amazing how your hip hop station here is supposed to be bossed up, how they ignore me. And they talking all this old player stuff. I'm sick of y'all discuss me when the real issues are going on. And y'all worry about who killed Pimp C. What you do about who gonna kill you and what they gonna do trying to get rid of your race. We can't do nothing about having a Pimp C, but we need to get to the cause so there won't be no more Pimp Cs. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's why Astro World happened here. It's amazing. And y'all blaming Travis Scott. Y'all blaming some of these rappers that speaking about demonic. Look what society they come from. Look at the sins. Look at the foundation, the seeds. Crooked. Anyway, stop sodomizing and stop helping sodomizers. Let's get the real RICO charges. What did the Lord gonna do when he gonna do his charges and when his court's in session? What you gonna do when the Lord starts sentencing? Yeah, and some of y'all officers think y'all big and tough because you got a badge and a gun. Boo, don't you know? The Lord got what? Thunder, lightning, cancer, hurricanes, everything. What you do when the army of God come and suffocate you? What you gonna shoot an angel? What you gonna shoot a hurricane? What you gonna do, shoot cancer? It's a shame you feel strong in Texas about having a gun and you can carry a gun to the grocery store. What you gonna do when God uses his gun? Yeah, his natural disasters, his wonders, his sign, how you can just choke on a piece of bread and die. What you gonna do when God come after you, when God police you, boo? Yeah, y'all feel big and strong because you can write a law or you can poke this, whatever. What you do? You a paid, hired, sodomizing overseer. And some of them brag, yeah, I make 70,000. Boo, they pay you a little more for a reason because you bend over good. You bend over good, but you won't bend me over. It's amazing how you click Houston TV playing games with me, trying to set me up, playing games with me. It's amazing what WRIC in Richmond ain't doing for me. It's amazing what your newspaper in Meade County ain't doing for me. It's amazing. It's amazing who owns your newspapers, your magazines, your radios, and your TV. It's amazing. You need to get to the bunny hole trail. Who owns what? Who owns what? Start going and research who owns what company. But there are certain companies you'll never get to the end of the rabbit hole to see who owns. That's your real Illuminati agenda, boo. Look what they did to Professor Griff. They done took his passport. But what crime has he committed? He not allowed to leave the country. Professor Griff, he tell it. He tell you what really happened at the Deaf I Can't Hear Jam. Yeah, he tell you the truth here. Since anyway, I ain't even going to some of these rap groups supposed to be conscious or whatever, supposed to expose when you were working for the enemy the whole time. It's amazing. One minute you preaching ministers of whoever, next thing you preaching this, next thing you got groups called prophets or whatever. You just is confused and this and whatever. I don't know what a Delphi University taught you, but you need to go back. It's amazing. Do you know what time it is? What flavor is in your ear? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Let's start focusing on the root, the source of the evil. Let's start digging up the fallow ground. Let's start killing the tree by the root, dig it up and burn it. Yeah, let's start doing some pruning. Yeah, let's start questioning. Start questioning your churches. Why you got this church and why are you out in the community? Who knows you? And do you have to have cameras or do you have to have a grant? But you don't have a grant to keep the pastor eating. Let's start telling it. Let's start questioning. Let's start questioning these leaders. Why you not open up a seminary? Why not? Why don't we have a pre-seminary, a pyramid program? Why people don't understand the Hebraic? Why they never heard of words like millennial reign? Why people ignorant? Come on now. Why we got 5,000 denominations? Why we worry about who sang your Sis Pace funeral? The controversy. We all know about them sisters, them four sisters. Let's really tell it. You notice how fly they always look? It's amazing how they talk about their mama wrote all these songs or whatever, but she goes, it's amazing. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's amazing who died by the time the movie came out, and it's amazing who produced the movie. Ain't that a confused spirit? I mean, if y'all think Jaguar Wright telling y'all something, and Tokyo Tony and Corey Holcomb telling y'all something, y'all ain't heard yet. Y'all ain't heard from me. Yeah, because I'm gonna put it all together, boo. I can tie some of the truth. See, I know how to chew the meat and spit out the bones. I can find the truth in what Dr. Umar Johnson's saying, the part that's real and the part that's not real. I can tell you the real reason why Corey Holcomb don't really believe in religion, but Corey Holcomb is a prophet. I can tell you the truth why Glasses Malone is a prophet. It's just that they were never guided right. I can tell you the truth about the truth that Kevin Samuels was telling. I can tell you, but I don't fool with CW, Mr. Name after West Virginia citizen, because he's no, I don't fool with him. That's why I cashed out him $5. I put 5 on it, and I ain't $5 for it. It's amazing how he's a token monkey, but he telling the truth about gang members and he hate gang, love the police. You disgust me because you calling her Miss Campbell because she letting you model. Ain't nothing about that as a miss. If you know what she's realizing, and when you did research in the library from 2009, but where was you when libraries was in my house? Where was you when I was 3 years old and reading, when I was investigating studying? Where was you in the 70s? But you decided, and you said F this, and that's why Melvin Farmer was gonna rock your world. He in his 60s. That's why Ayatollah Mob is trying to tell the truth about you, boo. CW. You ain't trying to change the paradigm because you bragging, because you making money and you getting these clicks on YouTube. You don't realize what YouTube is holding you for. Imagine how much they making off of you. Some of y'all need to get off YouTube and start your own network. Jaguar Wright keep telling y'all you need to boycott and get together and start your own social media. It's amazing what you're allowed to say and not to say. Some of y'all better go on over to Rumble. This video probably get deleted anyway because I'm talking about YouTube. It's amazing. Jaguar Wright told y'all about them Zucks plantation. Yeah, instantly, Graham. Selling your soul because I look fly and I'm blessed. And your gospel singers disgust me, make me puke. Their lifestyle is more on advertising on Instagram. It's amazing. How many of them keep wearing little skinny jeans? And why the men you hitting them high notes? You don't hear deep voice brothers no more. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm surprised Papa Duck's still living. Papa Duck be getting videos and documents and stuff. I can't believe they ain't trying to kill him. He be showing some stuff. I don't agree with every religious belief of Papa Duck, but Papa Duck, the rapper, he be showing you some stuff. And see, they can't mess with Lil Boosie because Lil Boosie gonna tell them how it is. Lil Boosie really is tell them how it is. Lil Boosie got a powerful testimony, just like Sugar Free, the rapper, who used to be a pimp. He got a powerful testimony too. It's amazing. It's amazing how I can tie all these people together and tell you which part they saying is the meat and which parts is the bone. I can tie it all together. You know why? Because I understand Genesis to Revelation. Because see, I understand the Genesis of a thing in order to get the revelation of a thing. Oops, the table of contents of the Bible just told you, boo. And I can explain to Brother Holcomb how what he doing is in the Bible. It's just the way he doing it. I can explain to him the real Jesus, not the Jesus they paint and portray. See, I can explain that who birthed you and why you got the gifts and talents you got, Brother Corey Holcomb. Same thing I was trying to do with Glasses Malone, but we got interrupted for some reason. I'm trying to get to know Sugar Free to explain to him some of his calling. It's amazing how I was emailing OJ Simpson when he was in jail to really tell him what he was, who he really supposed to be in Christ. It's amazing. I never got a chance to thank Johnny Cochran for what he taught me by me watching him. It's amazing. I can take all kinds of people who do good or bad and learn from them and bring increase to Christ. So if you really want to get down with the get down, contact me if you want to holler. If you really want to hear, holler if you hear me.